So we spent the day on Friday pretty much from, geez, I think we met there around 9 a.m. and we were there till mid-afternoon. And that team of folks went around to all of our schools and gathered up the devices that people had requested via the online form because we went through a bunch of different scenarios. What's the easiest way to get these devices out? Do we want to start setting new devices up for, elementary students have different things than middle school students might have on their devices. So ultimately, from an ownership standpoint or a responsibility standpoint, we thought that to give the kids their own devices that they were familiar with, they were already signed into all the resources they would need. Uh, and then we do come back to school, the students will just bring those devices back to their own classrooms, would make things a lot more, easy from a management standpoint. So that was the way we went about it. So after Friday, we sent out a kind of another version of our responsibility form that we use when we send devices home at the high school for all the folks that had requested devices. We didn't want to be having people handle pens and passing paper back and forth. So we did an electronic sign off for families to fill out before they came and picked up their devices. We ran from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and we handed out about 200 devices. So we had to move all the devices from the middle school over to the high school. Our concern was if we had any kind of backup, in the circle, we didn't want traffic to be onto Wynn Street. So we moved it to the high school. That way, if there was any type of backup, it would be in the circle and wouldn't be anywhere near a road. And we handed them out through the auditorium. We had some walkie-talkies out there that Mr. Kunis provided us with, where we would call in the name of the person pulling up. Somebody inside the auditorium would grab those devices and in a charging cord, and we would then have somebody run it out to the vehicle that had pulled up. And it went a lot smoother than I thought it would. And I thank the families for their patience, and I really thank the staff that put in all that time and effort. As we think about, and I don't want to jump ahead, but as we think about getting to more formal, more structured learning opportunities for our kids, it wouldn't really be fair to start those if we had 200 students at home who didn't have what they needed to start that formal learning. So aside from the check-ins and taking this slow and making sure people's health needs are met and making sure people have what they need to start was a priority. So that also I wanted to make sure I mentioned.